Right now at 6, changes coming to Medicare, the choices that you might have to make.
And a deer running through a Holman business. The wild scene all caught on video.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. A change at the Mayo Clinic means fewer health options for thousands.
News 8 Now's Allison Fergott has the critical information you need to know. Allison.
Mayo Clinic will be out of network for some Medicare Advantage plans starting next year. Now patients have to figure out what's next for their health insurance.
I've never seen it as busy. I've been in the Medicare space for 43 years, and this is the most chaotic year.
Open enrollment for Medicare started last week, and seniors are turning to experts to deal with the flood of changes.
Between plans canceling people in different counties, and now plans or providers not taking certain plans.
Major shakeups were announced with courts earlier, and now Mayo has canceled its Medicare Advantage plan contracts with both United Healthcare and Humana.
A lot of the providers are making, I think, less profit from Medicare Advantage plans.
Mayo sent the following statement about the change. Quote, while Mayo does participate in some contracted Medicare Advantage plans, it is out of network for most Medicare Advantage plans. Mayo Clinic is committed to meeting the needs of patients who need our care. Humana providing their own statement saying, quote, when providers require significantly higher reimbursement rates compared to original Medicare, it further strains our healthcare system. Now Mayo patients have to choose a new plan, which means either paying more for the same providers or working with a new hospital.
I've been at Mayo now for 11 years, and I love it. The culture is really good, but it's hard.
Charlene is opting for a supplement plan to stick with her Mayo doctors, but that means paying an extra $200 a month.
I'm in a position that I can, but there are people that I know that, may not be able to have these choices.
If you are losing your Medicare Advantage plan, experts say it can help to work with an advisor.
Find one that is willing to take the time to work with them and go through all the stuff.
Many local consultations on Medicare are free, but you'll want to schedule an appointment soon.
Calendars are booking up because it's such a influx of a number of people that need help. Do it sooner than later.
The Medicare open enrollment period runs until Sunday, December 7th. Reporting in the newsroom, Allison Fergott, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Allison. Mayo Clinic Health System breaking ground today on a major expansion at its Sparta Hospital. Mayo Clinic leaders and local officials celebrated the milestone, which will expand access to high-quality care in the region. Renovations include updated sections of the hospital, including operating and inpatient rooms. Infusion and pharmacy services will also be added.
Updating our operating rooms and our inpatient rooms to better meet the needs of our patients, to provide better comfort, and to continue to provide excellent care in the community here in Sparta.
Officials expect construction to wrap up in 2027.
Mayo Health System St. Anne building is being demolished. The building was decommissioned in September, and all patients were moved to the new $215 million hospital on the same campus. St. Anne's was built in 1927. Plans for what will go in its place are unclear.
Well, a wild scene in Holman.
Oh yes, a deer running through a wine bar, and it's all caught on camera.
Yep, News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live with the video and reaction. Grace.
Employees at Lush Wine Bistro were quietly working when a deer came barreling across the street, heading straight through this glass panel. Now security footage shows the deer crashing into the business and then trying to stand up. The deer then jumps over the bar where it stands for several seconds.
He knocked a bunch of stuff over. We had to throw some things away, but nothing that broke that can't be replaced easily.
The deer eventually jumped back over the bar and let himself out through the side door. Now the deer did leave employees a little bit of a mess to clean up, but luckily it didn't take them too long and they were able to open up again this afternoon. Reporting in Holman, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. A developing story out of Eau Claire. A 35-year-old Altoona man is facing child porn charges. Police say Brandon Kephart was busted after an FBI undercover operation. Over 100 disturbing images were allegedly found on his phone and computer. The investigation started when Kephart reportedly discussed plans to sexually assault a 5-year-old with an undercover agent.
Yeah, it definitely was still cold, chilly conditions here today. We did have a little bit of precipitation for some areas. The good news going forward, we're going to have quiet conditions. You can see some sunshine now out to La Crosse. Eau Claire, a few clouds, but notice to the bottom of that chart there, we have some blue, which means some areas could see their first frost of the year. Areas to further north have already seen a frost or freeze, so pretty much growing season is over with. We still got a little precipitation this evening. Some sprinkles really along and east of I-94 as we hold in the 40s. You can kind of zoom in. You can see a little bit of this activity from Eau Claire all the way up to Rusk County. Also, the winds have started to die down. We're kind of now in the 10 to 15 mile per hour range. That's the good news. I would say the strongest little shower we've had just the southwest of Black River Falls now going to the southeast there. That's probably producing a little bit of sprinkles going on. Otherwise, you can see the wind still about 10 to 15. And the good news across, the winds also are beginning to die down with skies beginning to clear out. So that's a positive news going forward. Now, we do have some quiet conditions in store. We do have some chilly conditions in store for the overnight lows, but it's going to be a great, probably 4-day stretch to get out and see all the leaves that should be peaking here fairly soon for most of the area.
All right, so we can plan accordingly.
Yep.
Thank you, Greg.
Well, for the third straight year, enrollment at the universities of Wisconsin has increased. Fall enrollment totals 164,626 students. 9 of the 13 schools saw an increase, including UWL, which reached 10,584 total students.
Students are seeing the value of higher education in the state of Wisconsin. We are a great value for students in the state. When you look at it, we have the lowest tuition of any public university system in the Midwest and beyond. And at the same time, we are offering an excellent academic experience.
The universities also saw a 5.5% increase of freshmen living on campus, the largest on record.
One day for UWL is officially over. The 24-hour fundraising event raked in over $553,000 and more than 2,000 gifts. The money raised will go towards scholarships, athletic departments, and extracurricular programs. Officials say the final total won't be in until sometime in November.
The La Crosse Area Community Foundation announcing 2 major grants today. Their focus, helping nonprofits fulfill their missions while continuing their daily operations. The grants will fund internal growth and leadership workshops. This year's recipients, the Seven Rivers LGBTQ Connection Center and the Good Fight Community Center.
We've entered some organizations into a program where we're surrounding them with dollars and support and are going to be in partnership with them for several years. The real indicator of success is going to come after that grant period is over.
The grant is designed to help them grow and become self-sustaining.
Coming up, a petition to save a disc golf course. Over 1,000 signatures to keep the course public.
And burgers for a good cause. How the Milwaukee Burger Company is supporting breast cancer awareness.
Tomorrow morning, 13 rooms, 13 artists, one spooky experience will go inside the Uncanny exhibit at the RAD, and why you might not have a tree this holiday season. Art's tracking the first freeze. We'll see you at 5 a.m.
Hi, my name's Levi, and this is Maxwell Whitewater Conditioning Tip 79. Chlorine in city water can cause dry skin and bad taste or odor. If you notice these issues, call us today at 608-781-8088.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. King Furniture has more Lazy Boy recliners than anywhere else in the Coulee region. Fabric, leather, and even lift chairs. Try them all out. Sit on this, sit on that. There's plenty here to choose from. And as always, we'll deliver and haul away for free. Find what you're looking for today at King Furniture.
At Taco John's, we don't put boundaries on flavor. But perfectly seasoned meats and irresistible potato olays will always be our meat and potatoes. And now, try 2 new meat and potato burritos for a limited time, only at Taco John's.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
It's time for Jolivet Family Farms Fall Harvest. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Stop by today for some of Jolivet's homegrown squash, kraut cabbage, popcorn, and hardy mums. Check out our large selection of pumpkins and pie pumpkins. We also feature many fall decorations, including corn stalks, gourds, specialty pumpkins, and straw bales. Take home some pumpkin cheesecake bars, cookies, pies, or bread from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily, year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Hi, my name is Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 48. Hard water causes scale buildup, dry skin, and stained laundry. If you see these signs, call us at 608-781-8088.
A disc golf course is at risk of closing, and the community of Viroqua is rushing to save it.
News 8 Now's Brooklyn Hine has the details.
Over 1,000 community members are petitioning to save the Veteran Hills disc golf course in Viroqua. The free to the public course is owned by the Viroqua VFW. Leaders say membership has declined while costs have continued to climb, and selling the property could help cover expenses.
We're looking at quite a bit of a repair bill for the septic and the parking lot. So that was one of the reasons it was brought up to sell the property. I kind of wish there was a different way to do it, but times being what they are.
The nonprofit Vernon Trails, which maintains the course, launched an online petition after learning of the possible sale.
We understand that the VFW has a need, and we just want to help them meet that need and save this legacy for them, for our community, and for all the visitors that come here.
The petition asks the city of Viroqua to work with the VFW to purchase the land, keeping the space open for future generations to enjoy. Since Tuesday, it's gained more than 1,000 signatures from residents and visitors who value the course.
Anybody that stops here says how much of an amazing course that is, and we want to preserve it for as long as we can.
Next week, the Viroqua City Council will discuss the possibility of purchasing the property, a decision that could determine the course's future.
Certainly some folks in the city who would love to see the property remain for public access, but how that gets arranged and again what the city's role in it is still very much left to be determined. 40 acres of really nice land in the city of Viroqua costs a deal of money, and so the city always has to be super careful about how it's spending its resources.
While the petition has gained support from all over, the fate of the Veteran Hills disc golf course is still undecided. Reporting in Viroqua, Brooklyn Hine, News 8 Now.
Habitat for Humanity hosted Desperate Journeys training in La Crosse today. People learned about the lives of refugees, immigrants, and asylum seekers. The free training explores today's migration challenges and legislation that impacts resettlement. Attendees also learn how to better support and welcome migrants in their communities.
I think it offers an increased sensitivity and compassion for what other people have gone through. And so I think it's important to understand these stories, to hear these stories, and to best prepare ourselves for compassionate services or working with people from these communities.
Habitat for Humanity, Franciscan Spirituality Center, Franciscan Sisters, and Coulee Cap sponsored the 3-hour training.
The Milwaukee Burger Company is hosting their annual fundraiser for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Burgers for Boobs include donation burgers, special shirts, and silent auctions, with all proceeds benefiting the Mississippi Sisters Dragon Boat teams and the mother of one of NBC's own employees.
One of our core values is community. We want to make sure that we give back to the people that we service in our community, the people that take care of us. I think it's super important so that people know they're not alone. Almost all of us can think of someone that's been touched by breast cancer, so we want you to know you're not alone. We see you. We're here for you.
The fundraiser continues until 8 o'clock tonight, aiming to raise $20,000.
We will have more news ahead.
But first.
Yeah, the good news, we have quiet and really seasonable conditions stretching all the way through the weekend, so it's a great opportunity to get out and see the leaves, which are going to be peaking for a lot of areas here very shortly. We'll break down what all the temperatures have in store coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
From generation to generation, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has made wishes come true for Midwest families. And this year, we've kicked off our store-wide celebration with unbeatable deals on toys and more. Like this Hot Wheels track set, just $19.99. Select Barbie dolls and play sets, $17.99. Plus, get a free $15 gift card when you spend $75 on Purina dog food, cat food, litter, and treats. Shop now and save during our Toyland store-wide celebration, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
To everyone who believes in Midwest magic, you'll always find it here at Culver's. Not that kind of magic.
Midwest magic turns fresh, never frozen beef into a juicy butter burger. And transforms farm fresh dairy into the creamiest custard you've ever had. Ta-da! But it's not just what we serve, it's how we serve it.
With a warm welcome and a little extra love.
Love. Love in every bite.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension of sight and sound. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's the sofa up ahead. Your next stop, the comfort zone.
Fast, free financing available. Don't need financing? Ask about our cash discount.
Come to Wesco and find yourself in the comfort zone and tell them Peyton sent you.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
With increasing cloud cover and lighter winds, we should set the stage to get back maybe into that 32 to 36 temperature range too. So for the areas shaded here, they have not seen really a frost or a freeze here yet this season, or at least widespread across the county area. So that's why they have that potential tonight. Further north and east, Eau Claire points that way. I've already seen a hard freeze or freeze already. So there's growing season's over with. So the winds will keep up maybe a little bit. So something to keep in mind of. Now, as we go into Friday morning, that's when I think a lot of areas could see a hard freeze, and we're talking getting down to 28 degrees. As mentioned, a lot of the areas basically up north of I-94 have already seen kind of a hard freeze, and even down to Sparta, Toma, those areas have already saw that too. But as you go closer to the Mississippi River, we're kind of right on pace to where we should be allowed the last week of October or the week prior till we see really the Mississippi River area right there to get that hard freeze. So it's going to be right on average that we're going to see it. Not tonight, not going into tomorrow morning. We're going to see temperatures more into the low to mid 30s along the river. Outside of the river, we get further away from it, then probably you'll be back into the low 30s. Still, that's within range to get some frost conditions. Other areas could get down into the upper 20s in some of the colder locations, but there will be a little clouds and still a little wind going on. Tomorrow, some clouds too continue further north and east. I think you'll see that, but otherwise everyone improves the temperatures. A lot of areas will get back into the 50s. This is still a little bit below average, but definitely an improvement with more sunshine compared to what we've had. Now, for this evening and overnight, still some sprinkles. Really, it's getting less and less activity out there. And the good thing is these numbers are the current wind speeds. They're beginning to decrease too. We've had about 15 to 20 all day. Now they're getting back into that 10 to 15 range. Really, this area is seeing quite a little bit of a sprinkle activity come through. It's beginning kind of to dissipate also. And then the good news, La Crosse, we're actually seeing the clouds clearing out, sunshine. You can see all the sunshine to the west at 990 and that too. So that's the positive news going with the winds and the cloud cover. Big picture shows all this is wrapping around that low that's well to the north, but the influences are starting to wane as it begins to push off to the east, and we got high pressure that'll slide eastward, setting the stage there. So a lot of cloud cover for a lot of areas probably until about midnight, and then if you're long and east of I-94, you'll start seeing that cloud cover become really scattered, and even there's a little bit of sprinkles still possible, but most of that should slide off to the east. Waking up tomorrow morning, mainly partly cloudy or mostly clear skies, depending on where you are. We will have a little bit of cloud cover there in the afternoon for areas that are mainly along and east of I-94 here for the morning, maybe the mid-morning to about afternoon, but otherwise everyone should see plenty of sunshine going into Thursday, which then sets the stage up for a very chilly, cold night going into Friday. As I mentioned, we could have a lot of hard freezes going on. In fact, some of the colder areas could get below 20 degrees too, so it's definitely going to be the coldest temperatures for most that I've seen this year. Positive news Friday. Great weather, basically mid-50s, light winds, plenty of sunshine, very seasonable conditions. Saturday going in there, it won't be quite as cold. And even Saturday, we're looking maybe some 60s out there, a few more clouds, but all in all, good. And even Sunday, we're looking at good conditions too. So definitely enjoy the stretch, because next week we're going to have rain coming back in with another system that'll pull them through. So the first 3 days of the week definitely have pretty good rain chances, but seasonable temps. So all in all, it's not shaping up to be too bad Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday too. So get out, enjoy it, because the leaves are peaking and it won't last too long.
That's true.
Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Bucks are back. Milwaukee opens its 2025 season tonight. Hear from head coach Doc Rivers on what his team needs to do to be successful out of the gate. Jacob is next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Are you shocked by letters like these that say your Medicare plan is no longer accepted at your provider or your Medicare plan is being canceled?
You started thinking, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? It was too confusing.
I think the fear is that you think you're older and who's going to take you? You know, what's out there, what's available. We came to Strive Medicare and everything was taken care of.
Felt like a relief.
Yeah.
We didn't have to worry about it.
And it's cheaper even.
Call Strive Medicare today. We're here to help every step of the way.
Drive your story with a new Ram.
Take your next adventure in a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Get your Ram or Jeep now during the Drive into Fall sales event. Get 0% APR for 60 months on a 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn and Laramie. And get 0% APR for 60 months on a 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Hurry in, because this offer ends October 31st.
Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Let's talk about character for a moment. The heart and soul that defines what you're made of. People of true character recognize that they're part of something bigger than themselves. Take the doctors, nurses, and staff at Amplify Health. These are pros at the top of their game who come together as a team and give it their all for the benefit of others. That's character. That's professionalism. That's Amplify Health. And that's the mindset that makes life better.
Get an 11% rebate on your bathroom remodel at Menards. Complete your dream bathroom with a new toilet from American Standard. They feature a slow close lid and are engineered to prevent clogs. Pick up the Titan toilet for $199 plus an 11% rebate. Upgrade your bathroom with Sterling tubs and showers that fit your style and budget. Get this Ensemble Medley Tub and Shower Kit for $719.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the 58th season of Milwaukee Bucks basketball gets underway at the top of the hour as the Fiserv Forum will play host to the Bucks season opener against the Wizards. And while some guys are back, like Doc Rivers, Giannis, Bobby Portis, and a few other key pieces, the team will also look a little different with no Damian Lillard and Brook Lopez. But regardless of the new look roster, Rivers says the teams that buy in right out of the gate will set themselves up to succeed in a big way.
One of the players, I think, asked me today or yesterday, man, there's a lot of good teams. And I said, yeah, but there's not a lot of bought-in teams, and that's a big difference. A lot of teams with a lot of players on their team, a lot of talent, but if they don't all buy in, that they're not going to be a good team. And that's how I feel about us.
And it is a homecoming for Chris Middleton tonight, his first time back in Milwaukee since he was traded away. And Giannis telling reporters he hopes Middleton cries during the tribute video. Tip-off set for 7 p.m. And the leaves are changing, and so is our News 8 Play of the Week winner in just a couple of days. So here are this week's nominees. Kick things off with Royal Waniwak's junior speedster Katie Field taking home the top prize at the Scenic Bluffs Conference meet last Saturday. She posted a time of 2016, winning comfortably by 36 seconds. More cross-country action at number 2, and it's Ben Carney of Sparta running sub-17 in first place last week at the MVC Conference meet. Carney with enough left in the tank to sprint at the finish and run a time of 16:43. Next up, Max Blaszko probably ran a 5K with all the carries he got last Friday. Arcadia running back rushing 33 times for 275 yards and 5 touchdowns. Here's 2 of them simply too tough to tackle for the Luther defense in a 42-20 Raider victory. We keep it on the ground for number 4 as Jack Barth of Holman gets the pitch, and he will shrug off a couple would-be tacklers and put his foot in the ground, speeding up field for the 60-yard score. He had 124 rushing yards in a thrilling 24-18 win over Logan. And it's a 2-for-1 for the final nominee of the week. This is Brett Peterson of Melrose Mindoro. First with a nice one-handed snag to move the chains for the Mustangs, and then look at this one. The DB thinks he's going to have a pick, but Peterson says, I'll take that, hauling in the long reception for the Mustangs. Great play right there. So some great runners and a couple fantastic catches up for the News 8 Play of the Week. And to cast your vote, head to news8000.com under the Play of the Week tab. Select your favorite. Voting opens shortly after the show. That's it for sports. Greg has one final check on the weather after the break.
Do you want to hear something really cool? This is the Amana S Series. Cool and efficient on the inside, quiet on the outside. Enjoy your outdoor space. Contact Flox Heating and Air Conditioning today.
At Maury's Auto Group, we're not just part of the community, we're your neighbors and auto advocates. And most of all, we're part of your team. We have your back when life happens or when you just need someone to pick you up. And at Maury's, our commission-free sales team always gives you our best price first. Visit Maury'sAuto.com and score with over 5,000 vehicles from 21 brands. Maury's Auto Group, with 11 convenient locations in Wisconsin. Moving life forward.
Don't wait. Stay warm and save big this winter with LaCrosse Fireplace Company. When you purchase a Hearthstone Soapstone Wood Stove, you'll receive a 30% federal tax credit on the entire package and installation, but only if you act before the end of the year. Hearthstone's beautiful soapstone delivers long-lasting, consistent heat that keeps your home cozy. Don't miss out on the 30% tax credit. Call today. LaCrosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
Do you want to hear something really cool? This is the Amana S Series. Cool and efficient on the inside, quiet on the outside. Enjoy your outdoor space. Contact Flox Heating and Air Conditioning today.
All right, definitely going to be chilly in the morning, low to mid-30s. We could have some frost or freeze. The good news is we do have plenty of 50s out there tomorrow, so getting close to average, but definitely prepare for a cold Friday with a lot of areas will be in the 20s. A hard freeze is likely, but overall Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are quiet, so definitely get out there and enjoy the outdoors before the rain returns next week.
Yeah, the weekend looks great.
Yeah, it looks lovely.
All right.
See those leaves, everyone.
Thanks for joining us at 6.
We'll see you at 10.